In the beginning, when God created our world, it was a paradise of colors, fragrances, textures, sounds, and tastes. There was thick grass, exotic plants, towering trees, and flowering blossoms. There were rivers and streams, color-splashed orchards, cold springs, and luscious fruits. It was a tailor-made environment for nurturing the heart, an oasis of renewal. Think about a world without asphalt, steel, or concrete. Awe-inspiring beauty from the stars to the sea. It was perfect. And as it turns out, it was an environment our souls still long for. Even now, the wondrous beauty still awes us. And in these simple moments, when we allow ourselves to appreciate Earth's magnificent wonders, there's a certain part within us that feels it has finally found home. Let's join Dr. Winnie King as she shares some insights about the environments where we work and live, and how we can recreate a soothing oasis that renews our soul.
When you close your eyes and drift away to your private sanctuary of peace, calm, and quiet, what do you see? Well, if you're like me and the rest of us who long for a little heaven on earth, I'll bet you're not calling up visions of clutter and clatter, stale air, and awful smells. Why? Well, it seems obvious. Inherently, we know the difference between an environment that lifts our spirits and one that pulls us deeper into darker places. Research confirms that our environment either affects us positively or negatively. It affects our feelings, thoughts, mood, and actions. Here's an example that demonstrates the simple impact of a little bit of nature. A study of urban residents, city dwellers who live in apartment buildings. Those whose buildings were landscaped have stronger feelings of community. They know their neighbors better, socialize more, and feel more secure. Just having a bit of nature outside their home proved to be a coping mechanism for mental fatigue. Trees and greenery eased the grinding stresses of inner city living. A natural environment created stronger feelings of hope for the future and helped residents manage their problems more effectively. They were more satisfied with life overall. Nature has a healing effect on us too. Hospitals have learned that patients who have a view of nature from their windows healed better, faster, and had less pain. Seeing trees through their window rather than buildings and brick walls made a huge difference. Think how you feel after a walk through a beautiful garden or a tree-lined path. Windows are beneficial for learning as well. In a study involving undergraduates, a windowed classroom increased motivation and attention. An abundance of daylight in the classroom dramatically increased test scores. In an American Institute for Research study, 6th graders in California who participated in an outdoor class showed improved science test scores. A nature-based environment reduces discipline and other classroom management problems, and it increases enthusiasm for learning. Nature is a positive aid for students who struggle to pay attention. The greener a child's play area, the less severe are his or her attention deficit symptoms. Nature's positive impact can also be seen in the workplace. The anxiety level of employees who work in a building with plants was lower than employees working in an environment without plants. They showed increased concentration and improved attention to details. If you're feeling pressure at work, take a 10-minute walk among trees or beautiful landscaping. You'll return more alert and refreshed. Here's a study with results that might not surprise you. Participants who watched a video of a drive down a scenic parkway exhibited lower levels of frustration than those who watched a drive through crowded and noisy city streets. Think about that as you wonder why you're feeling all tense as you roll into your parking space. All this research shows us that simply viewing a garden or other forms of nature reduces blood pressure and lowers the pulse. Be good to yourself and enjoy the healing power of nature. Now, in addition to making your world more green, two more key things you should be enjoying are sunshine and fresh air. Sunshine is essential to our well-being. It promotes health, positive thinking, and increases serotonin, an important brain chemical. Reduced levels of serotonin are connected to ADHD, irritability, depression, aggression, anxiety, lack of concentration, chronic pain, restlessness, obsessive-compulsive disorder, chronic fatigue syndrome, to name only a few of many. Sunlight also has a positive and significant impact on an employee's job satisfaction and general well-being. It makes them feel more relaxed, which improves their performance on demanding activities that require intense concentration. Sunlight is our biggest source of vitamin D, which is required for strong bones. In fact, sunlight is so powerful that it's able to convert cholesterol into vitamin D. It also enhances our immune system against invading germs. And as surprising as this might sound, sunshine in moderate amounts actually helps prevent cancer. This linkage appears to be due to vitamin D. Sunlight also affects melatonin, which promotes sound sleep. So take a few minutes in the sun each day and sleep better at night. And get this, sunlight has been shown to kill germs. So open the curtains and pull up the blinds and create a healthier environment. So for a powerful 1-2 punch, make sure to include sunshine and fresh air in your day. But not all air is equal. Fresh air is chemically different than the recirculated air that most of us breathe each day. Fresh air is charged with negative ions. Now that's a good thing. It's this kind of air that offers us enormous benefits: an improved sense of well-being, improved function of our lungs' protective cilia, decreased anxiety because of its tranquilizing and relaxing effect, lower body temperature, lower resting heart rate, improved learning, decreased severity of stomach ulcers, and decreased survival of airborne bacteria and viruses. But chances are pretty good that the air you're breathing in your home and office isn't all that fresh and contains more than you bargained for. 3 common contaminants are formaldehyde, benzene, and carbon monoxide. But here's some good news. NASA, when they're not busy launching things into space, is doing some research which finds that there are plants which actually remove toxic chemicals from the air. Chinese evergreen, English ivy, Gerber daisies, and peace lilies, to name a few. For these plants to do their job most effectively, keep a 6-inch plant for each 100 square feet of living space. Who'd have thought that air pollution inside our homes could be more of a concern than outdoors? According to the EPA, the air inside our homes is often 2 to 5 times more polluted than out there. In extreme cases, it can be 100 times more contaminated, making indoor air pollution one of the top 5 environmental risks to public health. Some of the culprits are household cleaners and pesticides, certain home furnishings like carpets, foams, and composite wood products made from fume-emitting synthetic fibers. Poorly ventilated combustion appliances like gas ranges and furnaces can be problematic as well. Don't overlook fumes coming from garbage cans and indoor composting containers. These factors, combined with energy-efficient construction, which limits air exchanges between the indoors and the outdoors, rapidly increase indoor pollutants. So look around and be aware of potential risks. The good news is we can control our environment and make it a healthier place. Another component regarding the air we breathe is fragrances. Certain scents affect our moods and behaviors. Businesses often use special fragrances that encourage emotions in customers, patients, or guests. The new car smell that so many people like is actually an artificial odor that's used to increase the buyer's satisfaction. Other fragrances, such as familiar Christmas scents used in stores, cause people to connect with an emotion and therefore purchase more products. Casinos have learned that there are certain odors which influence people to gamble their money away. London's Heathrow Airport has experimented with the pine needle fragrances to decrease passenger stress levels. Bad odors have been known to make people more aggressive. Olympic weightlifters have used smelling salts before competition to boost their strength levels. And on the other hand, vanilla-like odors have been shown to reduce anxiety by 63% in patients having a closed MRI scan, which can make people feel claustrophobic. These examples illustrate the powerful impact that smell has upon our mood and attitude. What we smell has the power to make us happy, aggressive, relaxed, anxious, or focused. Smell receptors in our nose connect directly to the limbic area of the brain, our emotional center. The limbic area connects to special regions in the brain that influence our heart rate, brainwave patterns, blood pressure, muscle tension, and skin temperature. Smell also affects the memory area of our brain. Essential oils commonly used in aromatherapy can positively impact us. For example, rosemary increases alertness in some people. Peppermint and eucalyptus increase cognitive performance. So when it comes to our environment, we want clean air and fragrances that soothe and relax us. Wouldn't you agree that we spend the majority of our time in a combination of our home and work? It only makes sense that these two environments have the most impact on our mood and well-being. And one of the most significant things that affects us in either of these environments is clutter. How do you feel when these spaces are cluttered or unorganized? Now, there's no question that clutter affects us negatively. Think of it as visual pollution. We are less relaxed in an unkept environment. Why bombard our eyes with clutter when there are so many more pleasant things to see? Photos of family, or spring cherry blossoms, a painting by your favorite artist, or your dog jumping through a hoop. The best news is that we can choose what we see in our homes. We can surround ourselves with calming, inspiring, and pleasant things. When we allow ourselves to be surrounded by clutter and disorganization, our energy is drained and our stress increases. These psychological and emotional issues contribute to depression and bad behavior, and it holds us back. And here's a sobering fact. Studies show that people with cluttered desks and offices are less likely to get promoted. Now that's hitting you in your pocketbook. Now listen. No, really, listen. The sounds you hear also impact your health. In the beginning, we were surrounded by the tranquil sounds of nature. Noise pollution didn't exist. Allow me to paint a picture with sound here. Imagine a day spent in nature, a luxurious day of beautiful, enlivening sounds. The playful rustle of wind dancing through trees. The soothing sounds of birds singing in the distance. Waves gently splashing against the shore. A rocky brook babbling softly in the sun. Rain pattering on the leaves. Thunder rumbling across the sky. Nature is a symphony, and God is its conductor. I'm guessing your blood pressure just now dropped a few points. Filling our environments with these sounds and images creates a more enjoyable place to live. Noise is an unwanted stressor that compromises our health. Its negative effects include hearing loss, increased blood pressure, decreased concentration, and just plain puts us in a bad mood. Prolonged, repetitive exposure to loud noises has also been found to increase heart disease. You can improve your life instantly by filling your environment with the sounds of nature or soothing music. Well, I've talked about a bunch of things to think about as you explore ways to enhance your environment. Here are 4 easy ones to remember. Get some live green plants. Put one on your desk, table, and nightstand. Bring nature into your home and workplace. Open your windows to let in sunshine and fresh air. Declutter your environments. This will lower stress and boost your energy levels. Experiment with pleasing aromas like vanilla, eucalyptus, and peppermint. Bake a fresh apple pie every now and then, or some cookies. All of these things have a positive impact on our health, emotions, and moods. Make your home the place you enjoy most. Add something to your work environment that makes you happy, and create the paradise your heart and soul desire.
We often take our environment for granted, or we feel too tired to change it. But small changes create life-enhancing benefits. It's not an accident that the sounds, smells, and sights of nature improve our lifestyle and make us feel happier and more satisfied. It all goes back to the beginning and the kind of home God originally created for us. The good news is we can create a nurturing oasis for ourselves and our family. What's something you can do to make your home or work more pleasant right now? It might be as simple as a short walk in the fresh air, soaking in the luxurious rays of the sun, or stopping by the store on the way home to buy a plant for a table or desk. Maybe it's burning a scented candle in the evenings before going to sleep. Whatever it is, decide to take action right now to improve your environment. It's your life, and you deserve the best. So go ahead and create an environment that nurtures you spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. A place that helps you live in comfort and be at peace. That's creation health.